Who likes quarters? Hopefully we do, because we've got 8,000 of them on the mat. Welcome back to Silver in the Big Sky. Yeah, that's right, 8,000 quarters or $2,000. We've got the traditional 2 boxes and we've got a $1,000 bag from our bank. Actually, I just picked up another one of these today, so we'll be getting ready for another quarter hunt soon. Little look at the Big Sky there. And I'm thinking we're going to have silver in the Big Sky tonight. I went ahead and popped the straps off and looked at these boxes. And I can't believe it. I saw it right away. I'm sure you saw it right there from that angle. There is a Canadian silver ender right there. Pretty nuts. We have not found a Canadian silver quarter yet this year. So looking forward to that box. We'll probably do that box second. So we'll start with this box, do this box, do that box, or the bag. Here's a little information I just looked up on that. So in 1967, they had 2 different versions of this for whatever reason. I don't know the history there. And one is 50% silver and one's 80% silver. The way that one looked on the edge, I'm going to guess that it's the 80, but we'll see. Looks like you can tell by the weight, 5.05 or 5.83. So yeah, we're going to have silver tonight. Pretty sweet. Here's those numbers. So we've done 6 boxes on the year. And as I said, no Canadian silver. 15 bags on the year, no Canadian silver. We've got 7 and 2 of the regular American version. And then W's. We need those W numbers to pick up. We've got 17. And to go with 84 of those San Francisco mints. So you know the drill. We'll bring in with any cool finds. Sorry for the long intro, but anytime you've got an end coin, that's pretty cool. New to the channel, with 500 subscribers, we can actually have channel members. Sure, you're not getting much at this point. We're not doing live streams yet. Going to be hopefully in the future. But really curious to see who's going to be that first channel member. I think the first channel member, I'm going to get $1. And since it'll be the first dollar that the channel made, and I'll put your name on it. And maybe I'll announce the first 10 that become channel members along the way. But we appreciate you. If you've got 10 seconds to help us, please like, comment, and share. Hopefully, we're back soon with a find. I am just in roll 6 of box 1. My partner in coin had some kid stuff to do. She told me to get started without her. But we're going to have a find right off the bat. It's going to be one of those not intended for circulation San Francisco mints. As you can clearly see, it's not a proof quarter. What are we going to have? It's going to be a 2013 White Mountain. We do have all 5 of the 2013 versions, but good to see a find this early in box 1. Hopefully, there's more to come. Roll 13. Usually when you find foreign like this in a hunt, it'll be visible from the edge. That one wasn't, just had a regular clad looking look to it. But yeah, pretty cool. Republica de Panama, 1973. Seems like it's like barely fitting there on that coin. But yeah, it's going to be one of the Balboa coins, 1973. Kind of a cool looking coin right there. We've found a few of those, but that might be one of the older ones we've found. Back to the hunt. Roll 42. Gonna finally have a second trackable find, which is, 2 in a box is pretty good. But it's gonna be another not intended for circulation San Francisco mint. And this one we're gonna have a 2016 Harper's Ferry. All right, take that. The box hasn't been boring though. That's 5 error coins. We'll go over those later, but what happened to that? Anyone know? I'm not going to keep it, but just more of a curiosity thing. Not planning to do that to a quarter, but man, crazy stuff right there. It is the end of box 1. Got to get you real quick, a little party shot of the Big Sky. Nice little evening we've had here. Great view while coin hunting. Just the 2 San Francisco mints as far as trackable finds in the hunt. Got that one really nice 70 Denver foreign that we covered. As far as the errors, yeah, I ended up with 6. 2 of the very small die chips at the bottom of the cross there, right there. two of the ones with the die chip in between the A and the N and the messed up claw. If you haven't seen that, I guess I can throw it on the scope for you real quick. I can get it in there. Right there. So you get a little die chip in between the A and the N. That's a big one. And then the messed up, or some people call it the 6 claw, but definitely a die chip or something going on the claw there. Two of those errors. The other one wasn't quite as nice, but did have the die chip in between the A and the N, which I like to keep. There's the large die chip on the left side of the cross, right there. And then this one was a Philadelphia coin, and the only reason I found this die chip right there was because there could be doubling on the side of the hair and in a couple of spots on the side of this badge over here, but definitely a die chip there on the left side of that badge. So small little die chip, but something cool. Hopefully we're back before that silver ender. But yeah, last time we found a silver ender, it was the only silver on the box. Hoping for more. Roll 1. I was hoping for silver right off the bat. Anytime you see a silver ender, you're thinking loaded silver box. Not what I saw, but I did. What am I? 7 coins in. Look at that. Nice, shiny W. W for West Point Mint on the right side. No privy mark on the left side. Means it's going to be a 2019. Hopefully, it'll be a Lowell, because we only have one of those. Look at that. Man, that is one of my favorite things to find. What are we going to have? A War in the Pacific. Nice. 2019 War in the Pacific. West Point Mint. Man, you just love seeing those West Point Mints. They're approximately a $20 quarter pretty much all day long if you were selling them, that is. We're going to put this on the board, and we're off to a fast start in box 2. All right, we're to roll 15 with that silver ender. I think, let me know in the comments what you would have preferred, just finding it regularly or do the overhead. I think I'm going to do the overhead real quick. It's just been a while since we've used it. I'll be right back. All right, here's the shot. There it is right there. Crazy. I've not seen that before. We've only seen a silver quarter ender twice. Cool to see a Canadian. Looks like this is going to be the only one. There's a darker coin there that we'll check. But there's that edge there. Definitely can tell. Crazy. Look at that. Nice looking coin. I always forget you got to flip those this way. Now that I'm looking at it outside of the roll, that could be one of the 50 percenters. But I'll put a weight on it. I'll get it on the scale, and I'll give you guys an update. And that's not going to be silver in 86. All right. We've got silver in the big sky. We're just missing a proof for what we call a fill the board, but I'm looking at the board over there, and it's looking pretty full. 2 rolls later, roll 17. Well, looky there. And looking at the reads on that coin, I don't think that one's going to be a second Canadian silver. I think we're going to have another silver, but I think that's going to be United States silver. And it is. Wow. 1964. We're going to get multiple silver on the box. First one from this side of the border, but a 1964 Denver. Very sweet. Roll 35. I think we've done it again. I don't think we've ever found 3 silver in a box, but I think we just did. Crazy. 3 coins from the end on the right side. I don't see another one. Let's pluck it out of there. That looks American again. Oh, and you could hear it. It sure is. Denver mint mark there at the bottom. We're going to have a 1962 out of Denver. silver number 3 of box 2. That's just crazy. Man, that's the 4th find of box 2. 3 silver and a W. We are looking good. Roll 44. This box is going to have another find. Already saw the front of it, but look at that reverse. Nice, shiny Bombay hook. It's going to be a not intended for circulation San Francisco minted quarter. We'll take it. That is find number 5 of box 2. Well, that is a wrap for box 2. That was a good couple of boxes. 5 finds in box 2, 2 in box 1, 7 finds on the board. We hope to be at 8 finds in a hunt, so averaging 2 finds per box. 10 is a really good quarter hunt. So we are definitely on track. Added a couple more errors, but nothing new, just more of the same that we had already had. So we're going to be on to the bag. Well, we had to get to a day 2 of this hunt. I tried to make it through the end last night, just couldn't make it. But yeah, almost to the halfway point of the bag. Finally, gonna have a find, which is gonna mark number 8 of the hunt. I'm gonna kind of have to get myself refamiliarized where we were at here. And we've got a not intended for circulation San Francisco mint. And I already saw the back, and it's gonna be cool because we're only missing, I believe, 4 of the San Francisco not intended for circulations from 2012 to 2021. There was 5 each year between 2012 and 2020, and then just 1 in 2021. And that's one of them, Frederick Douglass. So we had looked around and could not find a collection book for the San Francisco mints, but found this book, and it works perfectly for it because it just goes a couple extra years. I think it starts in 2010, which doesn't apply. And it just has a slot for, it doesn't matter which mint mark. So we're just using this for our San Francisco mints. As you can see there, have all the 2012 and 13. And then the holes that we're missing over here. And just 1 in 2017, and there it is. District of Columbia, Frederick Douglass. And we've got it. So we are now down to just 3 of these for the collection, and we've been doing this just about a year. I think, yeah, we're just over a year. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. These aren't highly valuable coins, but they're about $3 coins or something, $3 to $4. You can buy this whole San Francisco mint set, I think, online. I looked it up at one point, but very cool. Find number 8 of the hunt. All right, that's a wrap on this quarter hunt. Crazy. Only 1 find in the bag. I had to look up through our, history. Of course, I'm a statistical person, and we've only had 1 worse bag. We had 1 skunk bag, so 1 S in the bag. Thank goodness we had that awesome box with 3 silver and a W. Here's the finds of the hunt. We kept a couple of nice older Washington quarters. That 70D was really nice. We had covered all of the errors earlier, nothing new. I think I found another small die chip on that 2024 quarter. But yeah, quite a few little errors. 3 of those, 6, 8. So 9 total in the hunt. One of our best there. There was that really messed up quarter. Like somebody put some sort of acid or something on there. Let me know what you think. Pretty cool form. The Panama Balboa, 1973. Like seeing cool foreign in a hunt. And then the finds of the hunt. We had the 4 San Francisco minted, not intended for circulation coins of 2013 White Mountain, 2015 Bombay Hook, 2016 Harper's Ferry, and brand new to our collection, 2017 Frederick Douglass from the District of Columbia. Pretty sweet. And then we had a W way back in, I think that was the first roll of that second box. That was really good. Had a W, and all 3 silver were from that box, including the 100-year commemorative 80% silver. I don't know if I mentioned, I did weigh that. It is the 80% silver, 1967 Canadian quarter, and it was on the end of a roll. How cool is that? Yeah. I can't believe that was on the end of a roll and there wasn't another one. But thankfully, there was 2 American silver to go with it, a 1962 at a Denver and a 1964 at a Denver. There was silver in the Big Sky in the quarter hunt. Best quarter hunts on YouTube. At least we got to our 8 that we'd like to get to. Heading into that bag, I thought we were destined for a double-digit hunt. Wasn't meant to be. Thankful for box 2 saving the hunt there. Hope you guys enjoyed another great quarter hunt. And we certainly appreciate you. Little parting shot of the Big Sky on day 2 of the hunt. Nice sunny day, but it was a bit brisk out there today. But yeah, enough of the weather. We appreciate you and look forward to seeing you in the next hunt.